Hey, my name is Willie Minix. I am the owner of Minix Music in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And if you are in Winston, give me a call. I'd be happy to teach you music lessons. Today we're going to be we're going to continue our ambidexterity exercises for multi-instrumentalists. And in general, the exercise that I'm getting ready to show you is one that I've kind of used with stroke victims. And I think that it would be really helpful for anybody that's trying to develop their ambidexterity or trying to teach themselves to be more able to use one of their hands that's non-dominant, or if they've had a stroke or some other kind of debilitating illness. This exercise should help you a little bit. And I call this a guitar chord and picking exercise. So I'm going to turn my guitar up a little bit. Basically, it works like this. You're going to play a chord with one hand over here, and you're going to pick with your other hand here. And after you do that, you're going to come to the pentatonic box that's associated with that chord. So, you know what? I should have started with a C chord so it's better for the camera. Here's a C chord. Now I'm going to come to my 5th fret and play my A minor pentatonic box. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to strum as I play through the box. It doesn't matter if it sounds good. The point is, this hand strums, this hand I play it really bad for two reasons. Number one, it's practically impossible to play the way I have the guitar like this. But the other thing too is when you're struggling to get through this exercise, it's not going to sound very good. As you play along, you can focus in on picking the right string, if you're using a pick or something, and that's going to sound better. But for now, you're just trying to get the motion. Remember, this is for people with strokes. They're probably going to have a really hard time doing fine motor skills. So don't worry about that. Just get that basic motor skill of this up and down strum happening, and get the fine motor skill of playing the pentatonic box happening, okay? Then go back and play your chord again, and change to where you're finger picking through, and you can start with just your thumb. As you get more advanced, you could do your thumb and index, or you can do your like a 3-finger kind of a thing, and you can add to it as you go each time and make it more complex. Then go back to the pentatonic box, and it's the same thing. You're strumming through, and you're going back and forth, and you can do that with different chords. So like if you want to say take a basic chord progression like the oldies progression, you can start with your C, strum it, finger pick it, then play the pentatonic box, then the A minor, then maybe go backwards on the pentatonic box, then go to the F, then come up here to where the D minor pentatonic box is and play that one, maybe up and back. Then you go to the G, and you can play the G. The E minor pentatonic box. And those are going to help you as you play through. You're going to practice the left hand and the right hand, and the left hand and the right hand, and you're going back and forth between fine motor skills on one hand and general motor skills on the opposite hand, and then it switches to where it's general motor skills on the hand that you just did fine motor skills on, and fine motor skills on the hand that you just did general motor skills on. So that's a quick exercise that you can put into practice, especially if you've had a stroke, that might help you. Here's some good news about being a stroke victim. You think, oh my gosh, there can't be any good news, but really there is. There's never a better time to become a multi-instrumentalist than when you've had a stroke. when you don't have a stroke, you play an instrument and you play it badly because you haven't developed these brain skills, that you need. And then you say, oh, well, I'm just not musical. But when you've had a stroke, it doesn't matter how badly you play it because you're going to blame it on the stroke and say, oh, well, I had a stroke and I suck and I just got to do this to get used to it. And you're eventually going to get better and better and better. Whereas a lot of times our pride gets in the way when we don't have a stroke and we say, oh, I'm just not musical. Well, you are musical. You just haven't learned how to use that part of your brain yet. But when you've had a stroke, it's like, well, as you go from instrument to instrument, you're going to, I'll turn that guitar down, you're going to get better at using those portions of your brain. And there are stroke victims out there who do these kind of exercises who do actually surpass wherever they were before they even had the stroke, and they do end up taking and playing lots of instruments. I went and saw a lady play not too long ago that she had a stroke. She had been a piano player, and she started taking up violin to compensate for the piano, not being able to play it. Then she also ended up taking up the banjo, and so she ended up playing 3 or 4 instruments by the time she recovered from her stroke, and she was good at all of them again. So it's something that you can definitely work at and you can get better at. Don't be discouraged. Just keep at it, and you're going to get there. Again, my name is Willie Minix. I'm the owner of Minix Music in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. If you're in Winston, come on by and get some music lessons. If you happen to want to need somebody to give you some coaching and you're stuck and you're one of the people that watches my channel, I'd be happy to help you out with some coaching long distance and online. And then also, if you like us, like, subscribe, comment, share it with your friends. And if you really like what we're doing, check out our Patreon page at Minix Music and throw Gideon a couple bucks for editing these videos for me. And until next time, I hope you keep practicing and keep working hard. You're going to get through everything and come out better on the other side. Have a great day. God bless you.